Now, suppose we wanted to start creating an algorithm for an MDP. What is an algorithm? An algorithm would be computing the policy, which is the best policy, the best action to take in each state. Now, I can create a very brute force algorithm. A very brute force algorithm could be something like this. Go over all policies pi, evaluate each policy, figure out how good each policy is, choose the best policy. Now, first question for you to answer is, what do we not know here, or can we easily compute this? Can we achieve this, or is there a step that we do not know so far? Okay. So, the step that we do not know is, given a policy, how do we compute, how do we evaluate it? Okay. That is a step we so far do not know. So, we will work on that next. Another question for you to answer is, how many policies are there? Do we have infinite policies or finite number of policies? Let us say I give you a finite number of states, let us say I give you a finite number of actions. I told you that policies are mapping from states to actions. Now, do I have a finite number of policies or infinite number of policies? Finite number of policies. And how many policies do I have? How many? What is your name? Pratyush. Pratyush says a raised to s. And why does Pratyush say a raised to s? Because for the first state, how many actions can I have? A. For the second state, how many actions can I have? A. So, I keep multiplying a for every state, I get a to the power s. So, this is as many policies as I have access to. Now, the next thing is, I need to somehow think about how do I evaluate each policy and take the best, right. And for evaluating each policy, I am going to define a new concept called V of pi. This is a value function V pi of s, which says, let us say I start in state s. What is the expected cost of reaching the goal if I am always following the policy pi? Moreover, we need to figure out how to answer this, how to compute this V pi. The third thing we do not know is if a best policy even exists in this model. Now, that requires us to go into theory of a Markov decision process, which we will not go into for this intro level class. But I will tell you that there is a best policy, or many, but there is at least a best policy, and the definition of best policy, let us say that policy is called pi star, then the definition of the best policy is that V pi star of s is always less than equal to V pi of s for any policy pi and every state s. So, a best policy is best starting in every state, or as good or better than any policy starting in every state. So, this we will take for granted in this class, that there exists a best policy pi star, which has this characteristic that its value function is the lowest for every state. Okay. Now, we can still do the brute force algorithm. Unfortunately, we still have to figure out this second step, how do I compute V pi of s. That is what we are going to sub-goal on next, and we will call this particular problem the problem of policy evaluation. Okay. The policy evaluation problem is, given a policy pi, which is a mapping from states to actions, compute V of pi, that is cost of reaching the goal following policy pi starting in every state. Now, let us build it up again. So, this is not going to be very hard. So, if I am giving you a deterministic MDP, with every policy I can write down a graph for it. A graph where from every node only one edge comes out, every state node only one edge comes out, which edge? The action, right. That policy pi tells me that I should take in that particular state. So, let us say policy pi says in S0 do A0, in S1 do A1, and let us say that is the policy graph I get. You know, in S0 you have to pay cost 5, you get to S1, in S1 you have to pay cost 1, you have to get to the goal. So, then you can easily compute V pi of, you know, S0, S1 and goal. What is V pi of goal? What is V pi of goal? 0. How much cost do I have to pay to reach the goal? Nothing, I am already in goal. What is V pi of S1? 1, because I pay cost 1 and reach the goal. What is V pi of S0? I pay cost 6 and reach the goal. This is a deterministic MDP. This is exactly how I can back up the values in any kind of a search algorithm. In fact, in a path, this is a path, I am giving you a path. Now, if I give you an acyclic MDP, it will not be much harder. So, let us say I give you this acyclic MDP. In S0 do A0, there is an AND node. Why? Because, you know, there are probabilities, okay, no problem. With 0.4 you pay cost 2, get to S2, with 0.6 you pay cost 5, get to S1, then you can take different actions here, you can get to the goal. If I give you such a graph, is it going to be very hard for you to compute this? No. V pi of goal will still be 0, V pi of S1 will be 1, V pi of S2 will be 4, because these are deterministic edges, and even V pi of S0 will be nothing but 0.6 times 5 cost plus 1, which is the V pi of S1, and 0.4 times cost 2 plus 4, which is the V pi of S2, and that will still be 6. This is not very hard. In fact, you can still back up values like an expecti max, and you can get to the policy evaluation for the acyclic problem. However, life becomes interesting when we have a cyclic MDP, right. So, let us say we give you this kind of an MDP. Here with S0 you get to S2 with some probability, but when you take an action A2 in S2 with small probability, you come back to S0. Now, here you can compute V pi of S1 easily, which will be 1, and goal, which will be 0, but you do not know how to easily compute V pi of S2 and V pi of S0, because V pi of S2 depends on V pi of S0 and V pi of S0 depends on V pi of S2. Now, there are two ways to deal with this. The first is, let us write down the system of equations. So, if I want you to write down the equation for V pi of S2, what would you say? 0.7 times 4 plus 0.3 times 3 plus V pi of S0. 0.7 times I pay cost 4, get to the goal, so no more cost. 0.3 times I pay 3 and get to S0, and what is the cost I pay long term? V pi of S0. Similarly, I can write down the equation for V pi of S0. 0.6 times 5 plus V pi of S1, which is 1, and 0.4 times 2 plus V pi of S2. So, technically I can write this down as a system of equations. This system of equations is in 4 variables and these are linear, right, because at every state I am computing the expectation, which is summation of some probabilities which are given to us times some costs which are given to us plus some long term values which are using the variables that are in my problem. So, I can write this down as a system of equations. These are S equations in S variables. I can solve it. So, if I have to do the general version would be, look, V pi of s will always be 0 if s is a goal. Okay. Work with me on this slide, this is an important slide. However, if I am not in goal, I am starting in state S, which action will I take? Which action will I take? We are evaluating policy pi. So, which action will I take? Come on, this is easy. Policy pi is a mapping from states to actions. So, in state S, which action do we take? Pi of S, very good. If I take action pi of S, I may reach any state. I do not know which state am I going to reach. Let us say I reach state S prime. What is the cost that I will be paying? Cost, immediate cost. What cost will I pay right there? C of S, comma, pi S, comma, S prime. This is important. Let us make sure we understand this. A cost function takes SAS and gives me a number. The first argument is the current state, the second argument is the action, which is pi S, the third argument is the next state, which is S prime. This is the cost I will pay right away. Plus, there is some long term cost I am going to pay. What is the long term cost I am going to pay? V pi of S prime. Why? Because V pi of S prime has been defined to be the cost to reach the goal starting in state S prime, and now what have we done? We have reached S prime. And we have made all these Markov assumptions and so on and so forth. So, current state is the only state that determines the future, nothing else in the past matters. So, we will additionally pay the long term cost of V pi S prime. This is the total cost we pay if we take action pi S in S and we reach S prime, but do we know which S prime do we reach? Do we know the S prime? We do not know S prime. In the worst case, how many S primes can we reach? Mod S, the cardinality of the state S. So, we have to take an, how do we deal with lots of S's, S primes? We take an expectation. Why? Because we have to minimize the expected cost. And this is the point we take an expectation. So, we take an expectation like this, and that is it. This is my system of equations, and now I can use your favorite Gauss-Seidel method, or whatever Gauss elimination method, sorry, or any of your favorite methods, and compute V pi of S. This would be a system of equations in S variables. So, it will take an S cube running time. You can argue that that will be too slow, you will be right, but for now we are not talking about scalability. Any questions on this?